everything I say in this video are my own thoughts and opinions. You should look into the information for yourselves. Any photos or articles used have been pulled from the public domain or from social media, and I'm using them under the Fair Use and Fair Dealings guidelines. Hello everybody, it's the Duchess of Monty Shit Show here. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in, wherever you are tuning in from. Welcome to any new subscribers that have sneaked in recently. Thank you so much for joining this lovely community. Please take some time to look back over some of my previous videos, give them a like, give them a share, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't already, it's absolutely free. And please check that you're still subscribed, as YouTube have a nasty habit of unsubscribing people from their channels recently. And please also remember to click the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos or posts from myself. Well, it's 7 PM here on Friday the 6th of May, and some big news has emerged here in Britain over the past few hours. And as always, it involves our favourite couple, Ginge and Minge. Yes, the defiant douches from Monty Shit Show have crawled out from under their rock and are jumping up and down and flapping their gums yet again. Honest to God, will those guys please just give us a minute's peace? So what's rattled their rusty old cage this time? Well, earlier today, the Queen put an end to the continuous and boring speculation of will they, won't they be on the balcony next month at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, which has been a huge bone of contention in this country for us Brits, with opinions pretty divided as to whether they deserve to even be at the celebrations, let alone on the balcony with the Queen. Well, it seems Granny has now finally put her foot down, took her long enough, and told the Ginger Whinger and his missus to bugger off. And they will not be allowed to be front stage and centre with her on the balcony of Buckingham Palace for the traditional Trooping the Colour RAF flypast on the 2nd of June, as it is for working members of the royal family only. So the monstrous mongrels will not be able to wave at the crowds from high above. They'll just have to stand in the mall and wave their Union Jack flags amongst the rest of us racist peasants and all our tomatoes. By the way, the mall is a long road in front of Buckingham Palace, in case you were confused. It's not a shopping centre. No less than 18 minutes after the Queen made that announcement, the balding Borlake and his spouse released their own defiant statement in a tweet by their friend Scooby-Doo, Mr. Plastic Unfantastic, announcing that they will be flying over from California with their kids and attending the 4-day Jubilee celebrations from the 2nd to the 5th of June next month. Their statement reads as follows: Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are excited and honoured to attend the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations this June with their children. Okay. So basically, I think Granny has basically become as fed up as the rest of us with the constant will they, won't they drama and speculation that these two create, fuel and revel in. And I think she's put a stop to it by putting it out on public record that they are not allowed to stand with her on that balcony, whether they like it or not. But at the same time, is trying to spare their blushes a little bit. But in what could be seen as a further snub by the couple, Her Majesty the Queen has made exceptions for Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence, Prince Anne's husband. She's made exceptions for Princes George and Louis, Princess Charlotte, and Lady Louise and Viscount James VII, the children of Prince Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex. They can stand on the balcony with her, but the Sharkles and their children can't. Ouch-a-rama! I have to say, I don't feel sorry for the Monty Shits. I can't feel sorry for them. It's no less than they deserve after all they've done, and I think Granny's played a blinder on this one. I think releasing that statement so soon after the Queen confirmed they can't join the rest of the working royals on the balcony just smacks of their immaturity and petulance, which is
pretty much their modus operandi these days, isn't it? Immaturity and petulance is their default setting. And I'm actually shocked that they didn't mention the word service in their statement, as they usually do when they're making sly digs at the Queen. But they are in good company though, as Prince Andrew is also excluded from the balcony, given that the Queen stripped him of his royal titles and privileges and also his military patronages earlier this year amid the growing anger in regards to the Virginia Giuffre lawsuit. Funny, isn't it, though, how Andrew was forced from public life and he's pretty much taken that and taken all the consequences on the chin, whereas the Monty Shitshow clowns opted to withdraw from royal life, but they can't stop moaning about it and they're desperately holding on to their royal connections by the very tips of their fingers. Harry's return to the UK for the Jubilee celebrations comes after he was apparently reassured about security arrangements for him and his family. Sources have claimed that the Sharkles brought over their own private bodyguards from the United States last month and stayed on the Queen's Windsor estate and received a special escort group, SEG, when they travelled outside. This SEG provides mobile armed protection to both royals and government ministers, and this hybrid model is now likely to be offered to Harry and Meghan and their children from now on when they're visiting the UK. The bad news for us is that it will be funded by the British taxpayers, as the Home Office have made it clear they cannot agree to fund private security via the Met Police. They're not prepared to do that. Perhaps that's what really happened when the Queen summoned Harry to the palace recently. Maybe she was giving him advanced warning that him and his wife and children were welcome to come along, but they were essentially being downgraded and not being included in the balcony celebration. Maybe that's why he had a face like a slapped arse during most of the Invictus games, or at least when the cameras weren't on him anyway. I'm not going to lie, I'm thrilled, I'm happy, and I'm relieved at this development. In my opinion, my personal opinion, they do not deserve to be on that balcony or anywhere near the Queen after all they've done and they continue to do. I'm sure it was a very difficult decision for Her Majesty to make, but I think it's the right decision for her to make, and a very wise one as well, proving yet again that her loyalty is to her people and over her family. I think having them on that balcony would have been a complete disaster. I'm trying to find the words, to be honest. It would have been a complete disaster. They would have somehow have made it all about them, and they would have been booed. For sure, for damn sure, they would have been booed. And I'm pretty sure the boos would have been loud enough to drown out the entire RAF fly past. I think they'll be grouped in now with all the other VIPs. I think they'll be raging, or certainly Meghan will be raging, with not being on that famous balcony and not having the money shot of them in close proximity to the Queen, as I think that's what they were desperately hoping for, to keep the bucks rolling in. They need to prove that they still have firm royal connections, with obviously hot on the heels of Netflix dumping Pearl this week, and Spotify coming ever closer to cutting ties. They really are running out of options now, aren't they? It's not clear which celebrations the Sharkles will be attending in regards to the Royal Jubilee, but it is understood that both they and Andrew have been invited to other smaller Jubilee events, likely to include the service of Thanksgiving that will be held at St Paul's Cathedral on Friday, June the 3rd. I think, in my personal opinion, I think Her Majesty deserves a very happy Jubilee celebration, and it should all be about her and not pandering to these two irritating, disrespectful, duplicitous little twats. It is Her Majesty's wish that they attend, and I respect that, and I get she wants to put on a united front to the world, but by doing this, the focus is being put back exactly where it belongs, on a truly inspirational woman and her amazing and historic achievement of 70 years on the British throne. So what are your thoughts on this? Please feel free to discuss it below in the comments section. But remember, if you are going to leave comments, be polite, be respectful, and if you find yourself not agreeing with someone else's opinion, you are free to debate, but please be respectful. A few of my subscribers have asked me recently whether they can buy me a coffee. Well, gee, I didn't know you cared. Personally, I like to meet people before I'm asked out for a drink. But in this circumstance, if you would like to buy me a coffee in the virtual sense, that's entirely up to you. I'll leave my link below. Any and all tips are very gratefully received, as they all go towards keeping this channel going. I'm hoping to put out another video over the weekend, probably Sunday, and no doubt I will have a lot more to say. So until then, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.